I caught my composure. I look back at neck pillow shorty and she sees me looking at her, so she takes off her headphones. I'm staring right into this girl's eyes, and then I'm self-aware enough to know my motivations for talking to women on a plane come from the fact that if I'm rejected, all it takes to never see them again is 2 hours of traveling. Cause as soon as we land, I'm avoiding them at all costs. I get out the plane last. I don't even go to baggage claim. Forget my luggage. The only baggage I'm claiming in 2023 is the guilt I feel listening to Taylor Swift after getting curved. Like, why am I trying to shake it off instead of play it off? Like, everyone just saw me wanting to talk to the girl next to me, but not actually doing anything but panicking and shaking more than the back row of seats on Spirit Airlines. Like, when I say that I'm part of the Mile Dry Club, it's because I've successfully accomplished the complete opposite of the Mile High Club. Shoot, I've barely accomplished the At Her House Club. If I'm being honest, it should have been called the At Her House League. By the way, there was so many people on her roster and I was coming off of the bench. And for anyone who doesn't know what the Mile High Club is, you basically go into the bathroom on the plane and make babies. I don't know. I don't claim American antics. I just live here. But I will say the thought does kind of gross me out. Like, that my innocent baby boy is gonna be in the same daycare as a bathroom baby and Nick Cannon's 46th son. Not that his son is gross. I just don't feel comfortable going into a classroom that looks like a Nick Cannon shadow clone jutsu. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. I know, my bad. I don't want you guys thinking that I talk to every girl on the plane though. I just went through a phase of traveling a lot, and with a lot of traveling comes a lot of opportunities, and with a lot of opportunities come even more L's. And if it wasn't for the fact that my inability to approach a girl with a peach for a booty didn't entertain y'all, most of these stories I tell would be taken to the grave. Like, for example, this wasn't exactly on the plane, but in the airport before I was getting on my flight, I was getting a breakfast sandwich that cost more than my plane ticket for some reason from a food spot near my departure gate. And while I'm eating the last bit of my life savings, this girl with poofy hair, a star tattoo on her cheek, and fishnet stockings asked me where I got my sandwich from. And because of the enormous amount of people that pack the airport every day and make it smell like coffee beans and unaffordable vacations, I couldn't just point to the location I ordered my food from. So before I knew it, I'm walking a random woman to the airport equivalent of a Dunkin' Donuts to buy this egg sandwich that I'm eating. And on the walk there, we were chatting. Nothing crazy, but we were breaking ice. And when I had got in line last time, I ordered my food with no drink. I figured this would be the perfect time to get like a water or something. The shorty was standing behind me with her food, right? And as I'm trying to buy this freaking $3,000 water bottle, bro, my card declines. I said, there's no way. I turn around and poofy hair shorty sees my card decline, and there's this line longer than LeBron's career forming behind me. So I'm too deep into this situation to just leave. So I at least try again. The lady at the counter looks at me after I entered my card and then grabbed the nearest megaphone and said in her loudest voice, "Excuse me, sir, your card has declined again." I ain't even look back. I just left the water on the register, apologized, and left. In my head, the poofy hair shorty just saw me go from mildly attractive to extremely homeless. And what helped reinforce that thought in my mind was when we got on the plane, me and poofy hair shorty are sitting relatively close together on the plane. Like, the only thing between us was the aisle. While I'm trying to think of how I can start a conversation again with her and let her know that I'm not homeless, she puts on her headphones and didn't look my way a single time. Her neck was on screen line. It had zero rotation. The only way I could have possibly gotten her to look at me was if I entered her system settings. And even though I had to sit there the whole plane ride feeling broke and dumb, that wasn't even my top 5 worst experiences, because this one girl took the cake and the bakery. and the ingredients. Going back to being self-aware for a second, I also know that if a girl considers me ugly, I'm no longer visible as a human being. Like, I just disappear from their line of sight entirely. Like, yeah, I guess it's cool because if there was a bank ran by like Make America Great Again woman, I'd be able to rob it because they see me as the coolest monkey in the jungle. But I'm not exactly going bananas for when I'm invisible in regular life scenarios. Like, we all know I'm not robbing a bank, but why am I invisible if I'm trying to walk across you to get to my window seat? I don't know what it is with girls in neck pillows, but they be the meanest ones. I sit down in the window seat and the armrest is up, so I put it down because I like to create space between me and whoever I'm about to sit next to. I don't know you could be dirty, stay away. On top of that, I actually need it. My knees literally go into the seat in front of me. So when I sit down, I need the armrest to like lift myself up to give my legs enough room to stretch. And this girl had the nerve to take the armrest I put down for myself and start using it. Relax. You know what? I let her take the armrest. I finished tucking my carry-on under the seat. I opened my phone to listen to music, and my phone had to be kidding me because it was practically a Make-A-Wish kid the way it was almost dead. Oh, okay, yeah, that joke's getting cut out. The phone was at 5%, and unless I wanted to walk from the airport to my destination, I had to preserve my battery. So now I'm on this airplane, bored. We haven't even took off yet. The only wheels turning are in my head and not under the plane. So as I'm waiting, I start looking around and doing dumb stuff like playing with the vents, trying to figure out how I survive a plane crash without a parachute. I look at the neck pillow shorty next to me, and I'm not gonna lie, she was alright. But everyone knows beauty is based on proximity, so I look forward, I caught my composure, I look back at neck pillow shorty, and she sees me looking at her, so she takes off her headphones. I'm staring right into this girl's eyes, and then I lost all my composure. The only thing that came out of my mouth was the smell of the egg sandwich from the last scenario. I could not talk to her, and every second that went by, which was probably like only 3 seconds, I felt like I was annoying her more and more, so my brain completely abandons the idea of trying to talk to her. But now I have to come up with an excuse of why I tried to get her attention in the first place, which is a recipe for disaster. And as I'm speaking, the best excuse I came up with, I fumbled it. I wanted to say, "Can you move so I can go to the bathroom?" I ended up saying, "Can you move to the bathroom so I can use it?" I'm a disappointment. Not to anybody, but to myself. I started explaining to the girl and I show her that I'm extremely apologetic and that's not what I meant at all. So now I'm absolutely terrified that she thinks I'm weird or even worse, American. But by literally a stroke of luck, she says, "Oh, it's fine. My brother's dyslexic and he like does that all the time." Then she stands up and lets me through to the bathroom. And as I'm walking, I literally have never been so grateful for her brother. But even after I got past neck pillow shorty, I still took another L because a flight attendant had to stop me and tell me the safety demonstration was about to start and I should go to the bathroom when it's over. So now, to add insult to injury, everyone's just staring at me in the middle of this plane, holding us back from taking off. So I do the walk of shame back to my seat. I pass in front of the girl again and just sit there. The whole flight with my phone dead, a girl who thinks I'm either weird or have dyslexia, no armrest, and a huge L floating over my head. Thank you, airports. You never cease to give my YouTube channel a good story. It's a wrap. Fade to black.